Good morning, world. Cece here. And today I want to talk about something that sounds simple, but it might be one of the hardest things we can actually do. And that is treat each day like a separate life. What do I mean by that? Well, you've probably heard this before, live in the now. Be present. And it all sounds good. But what I don't think we really stop to do is think about what that actually means. Because when you really break it down, now is the only thing that actually exists. The past, that's just a memory, good or bad. The future, that's just your imagination filling out your day. But now is real. Right now, this moment, this breath, this second, this is your life. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, this moment. And yet, most of us spend very little time actually living there. So when I say treat each day like a separate life, what I really mean is don't carry yesterday into today. And don't live today worrying about tomorrow. Because if you really think about it, today is the only day you actually have. Yesterday is gone. And tomorrow, it's not promised. And the older I get, the more that becomes a reality. You start to see people you know, people you love, here one day and gone the next. And it makes you realize we think we have time, but we really don't. And don't get me wrong, there are things in life that we know are coming. Maybe you have to say goodbye to a pet in a few days. Or maybe someone you love is going through something, a serious illness. Those moments are real. I'm not talking about ignoring those. What I'm talking about is, the day-to-day way we live in our heads. Replaying the past. Or worrying about a future that most of the time never even happens. We spend a ridiculous amount of time worrying about future events that never come to pass. And there's nothing wrong with thinking about the future, especially when it's positive, hopeful, something you're working towards. That's different. But when we start imagining worst case scenarios, things going wrong, things falling apart, or putting ourselves through something that isn't even real, even though it feels real while we're thinking about it. It actually makes me think of the movie Groundhog Day. I have seen that so many times. And in that movie, he literally lives the same day over and over again. And at first, he wastes it, just going through the motions. But eventually, he starts to change how he shows up in that day. And that's really what we're talking about here. Not repeating the same day, but choosing how you live the one you have. Because, if today were its own life, how would you live it? Would you carry that same frustration from yesterday? Would you hold on to the same resentment? Or maybe even not forgive yourself? Or would you let it go? Because maybe it doesn't belong in this life, today's life. What you say, what needs to be said? Would you appreciate the people around you a little bit more? Would you spend that time differently? Because maybe it's not about fixing your whole life. Maybe it's just about living this day a little better. because this isn't your whole life. It's just today's life. And here's the beautiful part about that. If each day is its own life, you don't have to carry yesterday's mistakes into today. You can forgive yourself. And trust me, I make my share of mistakes regularly. And I used to beat myself up for that regularly, over and over again. But I don't anymore, at least not for very long. Because every day is a new life. Every day is a new chance. And most of the time, it's not even about what somebody else did. It's about what we're holding on to from within. So instead of carrying that into today, let it go. Learn from it and move forward. So maybe you don't have to have everything figured out. Maybe you don't need to carry everything with you. Maybe all you need to do is show up for today as the best version of yourself you can be. And as always, take care of your mind, and the rest has a better chance of falling into place. Until next time, this is Cece, and this is Cece Talks Life, real talk, real life. Have a wonderful day.